Today, we're going to talk about speeding up and accelerating the early retirement process and how to make up for lost time. So stay tuned for the full segment. Welcome back. This is Richard with Wisdom Investor. Today, we're going to share some information here on how to accelerate your retirement. Perhaps you've been thinking about retiring earlier than what you originally planned. So we're going to share some ideas on how to get on the fast track to early retirement. If you have any comments here today, leave your comments. I really want to hear what you have to say. So stick with us for the entire video here as we talk about accelerating your early retirement. Today I'm in Southwest Washington State. I'm walking one of the local golf courses here. This golf course is built through a grove of beautiful oak trees and fir trees. We're discussing here today how to speed up or accelerate retirement or early retirement, and in some cases, how to catch up on retirement. Now let's first review the traditional retirement plan most people are following today. I'm going to call it the 40-year plan. You start working around age 25, you retire at age 65 or nearby, save 15% of income, own a home, raise your family, and stay out of debt, and you should be able to retire comfortably. Now the key here is to start saving and investing when you are young to allow investments to have a time to compound and multiply. There is nothing wrong with the 40-year plan. It works. However, some people want to retire earlier. Now, what started people thinking about early retirement? Well, it could be for a couple of reasons. One, people are just tired of their work. Two, a lot of people want to be in control of their own lives. Now, what happened here a few years back was the development of high-tech, high-paying jobs along with the internet. Many of these workers working in the high-tech industry were making six-figure incomes. And some of these high-paid, high-tech employees started to put the numbers together and figured out if they could accelerate their savings, they could compress their careers from 40 years to possibly 10 years. Henceforth, the term financially independent, retired earlier was spawned. We're going to look at some basic fundamentals of what it takes for early retirement, or maybe you're just trying to save more money in your 40s and 50s so that you can retire comfortably. The first area we want to look at is increasing the expansion between income and expenses. Also, keep in mind, everyone's situation is going to be a little bit different. Everyone earns a different salary, so your situation is going to be different than someone else. Now, here's an example. If a family income is $100,000 per year, expenses are $75,000 per year, so savings is going to be $25,000 per year. The key here to retiring earlier or saving more for retirement, you need to increase the expansion between your income and expenses. So income either needs to go up or expenses need to go down. So another case here, we have $100,000 per year income, $50,000 per year expenses. Expenses went down in this case. Now our annual savings is $50,000 per year. If we can accelerate our savings, then we can start to compress the time needed until we retire. For example, if you were thinking of retiring at 20 years from now, maybe you can drop that to 10 years by accelerating your savings rate. The second big area to improve your chances of early retirement is improve your rate of return on your savings or investments. The higher the rate of return that we can get on our money and our savings will allow us to grow our money faster and therefore compress that time needed until we can retire. So just to review this portion of our program, number one, we want to get an expansion of savings. So increase income, decrease expenses. Number two, increase the rate of return on our money. And this will equal a compression of our time to retirement. We will be able to decrease the amount of time until we're able to retire. As I'm walking around the golf course here, I've really enjoyed viewing some of these beautifully manicured lawns. Some of these homes are just gorgeous. The lawns are perfectly mowed. Flowers are blooming. And it's really an enjoyable time of the year here in Southwest Washington. Now let's talk about a couple of tools that you can use to accelerate your savings. If you're at least 50 years old and you're employed and you're participating in a 401k plan, there's two things that you can do. One, you can increase the amount of 401k deductions that come out of your payroll. The second thing that you can do, if you're 50 years old, the IRS has allowed for a catch-up provision. You can put additional monies aside in your 401k. So those are two ideas there that you can take advantage of to increase your savings rate if you're at least 50 years old. Now, for the average person, it can take about 40 years to retire. It takes time to get all your finances, get everything in shape so that you can retire. If you're wanting to accelerate, you're wanting to get on the fast track to retirement, you've got to do something a little bit extra, and we talked about that here today. So I want to thank you for watching. Share your ideas and stay tuned for our next update.